President Trump has arrived in the UK to start his state visit. He will be formally welcomed by Windsor Castle by the royal family today and join a parade, military display, and state dinner before meetings with Prime Minister Keir Starmer and business leaders tomorrow. Top U.S. tech firms announced more than $50 billion in UK investment plans alongside the visit. The majority of that came from Microsoft, which says it will pump $30 billion in the country, half of which will be in cloud and AI infrastructure. NVIDIA announced a $15 billion investment that will see it deploy 120,000 Blackwell chips in the country, its largest ever deployment in Europe. And Google said it will invest just under $7 billion in AI and open a new data center, while OpenAI announced plans for a new Stargate UK project. The CEOs of NVIDIA, Microsoft, and OpenAI are set to join the heads of investment giants BlackRock and Blackstone at events in the UK this week. Meantime, British healthcare giant GSK announced plans to invest $30 billion in the U.S. ahead of the visit, becoming the latest pharma company to grow its U.S. footprint in the face of tariff threats. U.S. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick said the plan creates tens of thousands of U.S. jobs and means medicines and technologies are, quote, manufactured right here on U.S. soil where they belong. The UK government has put plans for an improved steel and aluminium trade deal with the U.S. on hold, according to multiple media reports. The UK currently faces a 25% tariff on steel exports to the U.S., half the level faced by other countries. But Downing Street said earlier this year that the two sides had reached a deal for a tariff-free export quota. The Financial Times and Guardian say ministers are instead focusing on securing a permanent guarantee that tariffs will not go above 25%. We are very fortunate to have Kaylin Birch with us this morning, global economist at the Economist Intelligence Unit. Kaylin, great to see you, as always. Really looking forward to chatting with you. It's great to see your name pop up on the guest list yesterday. So this state visit, the second state visit for President Trump to the UK, comes at a time when both leaders, no doubt, would welcome a diversion of attention away from domestic issues. What do you think of the timing of this and what the two sides are looking to get out of this week's events?
Well, I think, as you just noted, there are some interesting sounding investment pledges, and I think that will probably be the element that we come out of this week focusing on. There are other areas where the US and the UK are looking to kind of make progress and, as Trump has said, move forward together. On Palestine, for example, on Russia, Ukraine, and all of these are very complicated and promise to be more problem than help in terms of having kind of positive stories to announce at the end of the week, which is, I think, is really what they're going for. We have to remember this state visit was announced back when the UK was trying to get that trade and tariff deal and looking to use this, I think, as a sweetener to keep Trump happy, probably, and try to be positive moving forward. So anything that fits that bill will be good for the UK.
When it comes to these deals, clearly that's where the attention has been so far. And it looks almost like it's a win-win for both sides, that from a U.S. perspective, these are companies trying to increase their global footprint, trying to embed themselves in a sovereign AI build-out in countries around the world. And then from the UK's point of view, we're obviously hungry for job creation, for skilled jobs. Are we missing anything here? Because it's fairly unlike President Trump to engage in a deal that's a win-win equally for both sides.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the profile of all of those trade deals announced so far. Loose as they may be, has been an unequal playing field where all of the benefit largely skews to the US and tariffs are lower elsewhere. As part of some of those trade deals, too, the U.S. was working to get more investment. So we saw the EU making those broad investment pledges that EU firms would invest in the U.S. And Japan did the same as part of their framework deal. So now to see the U.S. going out and say, like, oh, would you like to jointly invest in AI? It feels very counterintuitive. But as you noted, anything that kind of aligns two big markets. Remember, this is not the U.S. negotiating with India. It's not the U.S. looking to kind of jointly develop something with Indonesia. It's two very closely aligned, similarly structured economies that have complementary strengths in financial services, in tech, in advanced manufacturing, all these things. So it's a win-win, not something we're used to seeing.